After months and months of planning, I hopped onto my 15-hour flight to Japan. The food was actually really nice, and we got served twice with like a Japanese curry and a standard English breakfast. And as per usual, I ended up getting hungry, so I brought some snacks with me as well. I never knew you could do this, but I took pot noodles with me onto the plane, and honestly, it was a lifesaver because I don't know if I could hack 15 hours. After this, we picked up our portable Wi-Fi and our Passmo cards. If you didn't know, Passmo and Suica are no longer working in Japan, so we had to get like this special pass, which I'll make a video on soon. And then hopped onto the monorail, which, oh my god, it went over the water. It was so scenic. And then we headed off to Shinjuku, which is where my Airbnb was. Honestly, I think this is an amazing location because it's basically the K-town of Japan. It's really affordable, and it's only one stop away from Shinjuku, which is so ideal. And then I was starving, so we went for some comfort food, my favorite, Ichiran. So this, if you don't know, is a vending machine ramen place. So you basically pay via vending machine, and there are these little booths, so you can basically go by yourself if you wanted to, and you can customize it so you can have the different levels of like firmness, spiciness. I got 10, as you know. You can get like mushrooms, pork, whatever you want on the side as well. I also got egg and like a matcha pudding as well at the end. And honestly, this is amazing. Like, you can also get like refills of noodles. I got some rice at the end to have with my broth, and honestly, it tastes so good. They have like a water tap there as well, and it's like really cold water, which is really nice because it cuts through that broth though, oh my god, absolutely unreal. I would recommend though that like if you don't like a meaty broth, definitely don't get an extra serving of pork because it completely changes the flavor of the ramen. But yeah, I just got an egg and I'm just putting that in. The seaweed also is a game changer. What I do is I put like half of it into the pot and then kind of soaked up the broth, like, yeah, then I bite into it. It's so good. Honestly, like if you're in Japan, you need to try this. Basically, it's a 24-hour restaurant. So I ended up going there like so many times during my trip, at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 4 a.m, but there's always a line. You can find locations all around Japan, but the thing I love most about Ichiran is the fact that it's so customizable. You can choose the amount of garlic and spice and the firmness of your noodles, and so you can really just make it the exact way that you like. You can see I completely demolished it here. It was honestly a 10 out of 10. So this is a matcha tofu pudding with a green tea syrup, and honestly it's got quite a strong matcha flavor, but I kind of really like that, and it's got this amazing pudding texture that Japan just knows how to do. Next up on the list was Shinjuku to do some shopping. Basically, when we arrived to Japan, it was really early in the morning, and I was going to do my best to fight this jet lag. So what better way than window shopping? There are so many cute Sanrio stores in Japan, and I made it my mission to go to as many of them as I could. I am a sucker for cinema roll and all of these cute knickknacks. Make sure you have extra space in your luggage because you will be doing some shopping when you come to Japan. After this, we headed to a family mart because convenience stores really are probably the thing I miss the most about Japan. They're everywhere and they have the best selection of desserts and drinks and literally any other type of food. My favorite part is that a lot of the food here is seasonal too, so the next time that you come to Japan, it'll definitely be different. My next trip to Japan is hopefully in March in the cherry blossom season, so I'm hoping for a lot of sakura flavored items. I've made 100 videos on convenience store foods, so make sure you subscribe. There's a specific way of opening these, so you pull it down at the bottom all the way around, and then you lift this side up, then you lift this side up as well. When you have it in this wrapping, it basically means that the seaweed and the rice is separate, so it doesn't go soggy, so that's like the best part about it. Let's bite into it. Seaweed is crispy, nicely salted. You can taste that it's a really good quality seaweed. Took my first bite into it, but I didn't really get to the egg, so just a bit of rice right now, but always banging still. This is really good. It's like oozing egg in the middle. Like that. Really moist. There's not crazy amount of flavor in there. But egg, rice and seaweed, like, that's a banging combo. I'd like some chili oil to this or something like that, and I'd be so happy. This one, we've got the Hokkaido premium roll cake, so I'm really excited to try this. I've tried their Hokkaido little like mini roll cake, like mochi roll cake. That was delicious. That was so good. But I do feel like because their cream, like dairy products, are so rich, it can be a bit too rich, you know, like a bit too much sometimes. That and their butter flavored things, I don't understand. Japan and their butter flavored things, way too strong for me. This is what it looks like. Just gonna get a little scoop out of here. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. It's so good. The cake is like really soft and fluffy and moist. The cream, as per usual, very rich, very fluffy, very light, not too sugary, not too sweet, just perfect, like perfect balance. And yeah, it's also like the perfect amount. Like, there's not much more I can say about it. I even like the bottom part of the cake as well, where it's like a little bit darker, like it adds a little bit more flavor, like a little bit more burnt. It's lovely. So this is Shibuya and their famous Shibuya crossing, which is just outside the train station, and it's really iconic because of the neon lights and the huge billboards and all of the people walking at once. Later on in this video, I'll show you this really cool rooftop bar that you can go to for really amazing views. So first on the list was Parco, which is this huge shopping mall that has a bunch of food options, but more importantly has the Pokemon Center and the Nintendo store. The Parco store is so special because they always have pop-ups and limited edition items, and it's always worth having a look.
Feels better that we're on a separate ways. Our memories faded. Sometimes I think of you. 너 없이 뭔가 좀 공허해. 날이 무뎌지는.
And then the Nintendo store, oh my god, I am such a Mario girl, and obviously Animal Crossing, but like it was painful. Like low-key the prices were a little bit expensive, but like the plushies were so soft, and low-key if I had more space in my suitcase, these would be coming home with me. But one thing I do recommend is coming multiple times during your trip. So the Nintendo store I feel like was pretty well stocked. However, the Pokemon store, oh my god, like we came multiple times during our trip because we always ended up forgetting something. First of all, always bring your passport because you get like tax-free on that, so you get to save like a lot of money. But basically it's so busy all the time that half the plushies that you want are gone. So depending on when you go in the day, it could be like really busy and or really not busy, and I'll show you later on like a whole rack that was completely empty of plushies. And then the second time that we came, we got completely different plushies because actually there was restock, and then also like they changed the Pokemon quite quickly, so we got so much more of a selection and it was amazing. But at the same time, if you don't have time to go multiple times, you're kind of stuck. So I would really recommend don't come on a weekend, don't come at like peak times, because a lot of your plushies will be gone. But yeah, that's just something I learned. So this is the secret rooftop bar that I wanted to show you. It's on the top floor of Parco, and not many people know about it, but it's a very cozy viewing deck with like seating and drinks, and the entrance fee is only 600 yen. You have to go. Make sure you subscribe so you can see upcoming videos, and I'll see you then. Bye!